we're taking it to poetry moment. Okay, we've got a great sister on the line. She's ready to talk to us about some poetry, do a little something for us as well. So, of course, say hello to the listeners out there.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is TruthB3told.
Hey. So, you know what? We've got to kick it off by asking you, why are you called Truth Be Told?
You know what? Truth Be Told is really about me speaking up and being unapologetic about it.
For real.
And just being authentic.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's it. Basically, I'm putting out there that obviously I'm a spoken word artist, but my spoken word pieces need to be heard, not read.
Yeah, I feel that one.
So it needs to be told. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, that's the...
You're so true with that, because reading it is so different to actually performing it. It's so different. So I feel
Completely.
that one. Definitely.
Yeah.
So you know what, sis?
Yeah.
Why poetry? Why poetry?
Why poetry?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I only started performing like spoken word poetry like probably 2018.
Okay.
Middle of 2018.
Wow.
But before then, I was only ever doing like dance stuff or like singing.
Wow.
Because I sing as well.
Okay.
But then I've always been writing, obviously, and one time I just performed something that I'd written already, and I felt the effects of it, me speaking it, which is very different from if I'm singing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I felt a different type of like air about me. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, for real. So, what is it about poetry, or what kind of topics do you particularly touch on?
I think a lot of the stuff I do is makes people think, thought-provoking things that get people thinking and encourage like certain conversations that need to be had.
For real.
My stuff is not like bubblegum type.
I like that. Yeah, I like that, for real.
That type of stuff.
Yeah. So you know what?
Kind of deep.
I was gonna say, being a poet and performing, is it any difference for you as you're a female to if there was a man performing, or is it more level?
You know what? I feel like it's more level. I don't really. I've never felt like any type of way or different if I'm performing somewhere and there's males performing as well.
For real.
Doing poetry or spoken word. So maybe it is on a level.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked that because, in music, as you may have heard, men get more treatment and so on than females. Yeah. So I was just interested to see if you've seen anything in the poetic scene.
I haven't actually. I don't probably, unless either I haven't seen stuff that other people have, or the gap is not that big like it is in other. Yeah.
Definitely. And so, we kind of linked up from Poetic Unity. How did you get involved in that? Because Poetic Unity is a vibe.
Trust me, it's a whole another vibe. It's really, really cool, man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they've been doing like online stuff through the lockdown and everything else.
Definitely.
I heard about Poetic Unity like probably before the whole lockdown and everything else, but I wasn't able to go to one of their events just like because of work or whatever.
Yeah.
But I kept meaning to. I had it in the back of my mind, thinking I'm gonna make time and go, and then I never did. And then Corona came in, and then I found them online, and yeah.
The rest is history, yeah.
Exactly.
So you know what, sis? Yeah. I've got to ask you, how do you hold your nerves? Because my legs shake. I get so nervous performing, even when we're doing virtual. But how do you hold your nerves? I'm not joking,
Oh my gosh. You know what? Yeah, I do get nervous still. Even, I definitely get nervous. And it's that whole thing that I'm nervous until literally I say my first line. And I have had times where I've just blanked, but I've just like styled it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of thing. And yeah, man. So I still get nervous, definitely. But I just try to like, focus on what I'm saying and hope people that get the message kind of thing of what I'm saying, and try not to focus too much about who's looking at me or who's or anything.
For real.
Just get in the zone,
Yeah. And how do you go about writing? How do you kind of put your pen to paper?
I think with spoken word pieces, I literally this might sound weird, but I don't sit there and think, okay, what can I write about? I literally just write.
Yeah.
I might not even know like how it's coming along until I finish, and then I won't even title it until after as well.
Wow.
So I really just write. Like I don't even. Obviously, there's stuff that is within me that's coming out onto paper.
Yeah. Wow, for real. You know what? Sometimes they're the best poems. Sometimes, you know, and it just all comes out. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, man.
You know, as you said, you're a singer and you're a poet. You know, might have to get you to do a little something of both. You get what I'm saying? But before we do, how can people get a hold of you, get in touch with you if they wanted to link you up?
So you can find me on Insta. So it's TruthB3_told T0LD. Or YouTube, which is TruthB3told. So it's TruthB3 and then told TOLD.
Okay.
So it's spelled differently between the two, but yeah, you should find me on either.
Okay, cool. So you know what? When you're ready, take it away.
Okay, so this is a piece called Blurred Vision.
Okay.
So all you see is a generation of youth who are lost and confused, but that's not what I see, because I work hard to keep my mind in check, so it doesn't engulf or blind me from the actual realities, including the ones you can't even see yet. And no, it's not because I'm smarter or that I work harder. It's just that over time, I really have learned that there's more that meets the eye, which means that what we see is barely the start of it. It's just the surface. So please take note, because one thing's for sure, it's not over yet. So don't be quick to eject when you've concluded in your mind that they're rejects, without taking the time aside to respect the specifics of what they are saying. You can't rewind that unless it's pretense. And I'm not speaking for the youth, but I can tell you there's no pretense. Just like I can tell you when to use your common sense. All I hear from you is preaching. You're convinced that you're teaching, speaking about their lack of culture and discipline, yet you can't seem to remember his name or her name when they actively seek you out to greet you, because somehow they enjoy being around you. But little do they know your real views, and if they were to, and if they ever did intrude and get to know the real you, they might want to excuse themselves from you for a week or a day or a month or two, so they can process those generational differences. So they don't start asking themselves, why have you got blurred vision? But what if you do though? Unbeknownst to you though. What if the youth that you turn up your nose at are more in tune than you though? Unbeknownst to you though. You might want to take notes like you're playing Cluedo. Because the truth of the matter is, the real truth, that's in the youth though.
Wow.
That's me, man.
Wow. You know how it goes with that, for real. Wow, that's a deep poem, that is. That's really deep. And you're telling me you just come up with that, you just jot that down?
Yeah, literally, like.
Wow, you're deep, sis.
It's mad. It sounds mad.
Nah, that's wicked, man. That's definitely a deep poem, for real.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
For real. And you know, as you said before, you're a singer. So, do you want to share something with that as well?
Yeah, I do have a piece with singing in it.
Okay, wow.
You're kind of putting me on the spot, you know.
You know what? You can do it. If you can write that just out of your head on the spot, just like that, you can do anything, sis.
Alright, cool.
When you're ready.
Okay, so this is a piece that's called Enlightened.
Okay.
Da 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 da. Take note of who made you first. Born into their hands, yes, their hands. Entirely because of him. Yes, okay, so science says no. We know that science says it's because of you and you and you and you, and you and you, multiple parents and childbearings. But anybody who really wants to go deeper will know without question that he made it so. He allowed it to be so. And that in itself is a miracle. It's a blessing. Think about it. He breathed you and I into existence. The breath of life. We are sons and daughters of the light. Precious gifts, not numbers. Strong enough to grow the bearing. Strong enough to bear the growing pains whilst adapting outside of our comfort zones. And while the world continues with its moans and groans, we make a stand in our own unique way. There's no right or wrong in his eyes because he sees us, not as we may sometimes see ourselves, but he sees us in how he created us from the beginning. He sees us in how he created us from the beginning. It took me a while to realize that for myself because there was way too much noise in my ears back then that the one voice I really needed to hear, I couldn't hear. I was too focused on everything else, on everyone else, myself included, but him. I said I was too focused on everything else, on everyone else, myself included, but him. I was hungry for a peace of mind. I didn't even bear in mind the digestive enzymes that he had poured into me in the first place. At the exact time that he made me, timing, and to the exact place that he sent me, location, a gift I could never replicate, and my mind's still soaring. And even though his ways are not my ways and my ways are not his ways, it's a continuous revelation after revelation after revelation after revelation that has brought me to this knowingness and this realization. And man, it feels amazing. Da, 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 da. Take note of who made you first.
Yeah, wow. You know what, sis? That's been a blessing for real. People are sending me fire, love hearts. They're saying they like what they're hearing. So you're definitely killing the airwaves for real. Is there any kind of
Cool, thank you.
final thoughts? And of course, tell the listeners one more time how they can link you if they need to.
So on Instagram, it's TruthB3_told, which is T0LD. And on YouTube, it's just Truth Be Told, which is TruthB3told, TOLD.
Wow.
So either one of those.
Definitely. You know what? It's been a pleasure and an honor to have you on my show.
Man.
Keep doing what you're
Thanks for
doing.
letting me share.
Anytime.
Cool,
Keep
I will
doing
do,
you.
man.
For real.
Cool, thank you.
Anytime. Speak again soon, yeah?
All right, cool. Take
All right.
care, man.
Take care. Bless, bless. Yes, people, please do go and support Truth Be Told. Definitely a great poet, as you just heard. Also a singer, okay? Big shout out to her each and every time.